All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Love Wins live forum. It's another beautiful Saturday morning where we're going to talk about weddings, hashtag tuloy ang kasal, and intimate weddings. My name is Rana Capili Bonifacio, and I am the editor-in-chief of inspirations.ph. As you know, and if you've been tuning in with us in the past weeks, we've been talking about getting married amid these trying times. And just a few weeks ago, there was a wedding video that went viral and has made so many people cry because they really felt the struggle and what it was like to get married in these times. And so we at Love Wins Live Forum at inspirations.ph and Themes and Motives couldn't help but track them down, look for them, and invite them over here to share with us just what it's like and really just to celebrate with them. So I'm going to be sharing their same day edit. Actually, I think now we call it the wedding film because wala na pong mga same day edits ngayon, di ba? So I'm gonna share this video and then call in our guests after you see this.
Okay, so initially, we planned to get married in Tagaytay. Everything was all set. And then the Taal volcano incident happened. Decided to move it here to Manila. Again, for the second time around, everything was set. 3 weeks, I think 3 weeks before the wedding, enhanced community quarantine happened. So there was no way of us to push through with the second planned wedding again.
Stay sweet and stay in love forever.
Mangyayari na to na kahit hindi sa circumstances or sa plan na gusto namin mangyari, but with God's time and God's will na today mangyayari to, grateful ako na binigay niya sa amin today at opportunity na to.
Mask for safety. Sakay na kaya pa.
Just like the community quarantine, we were able to realize that, the essentials were really what was important. Just the two of us still being together, getting married in front of God and our church and with our families. That was all that mattered. Lola, look! Hello! After sa church, dadaan kami dyan, labas ka sa veranda so we can just say hi, ha?
Huwag na, maiyak lang sa doon.
Okay lang. I want to see you, of course. Kayo ni Lola. There, so it's finally happening. I don't think there's anything that can happen now that will not allow us to go through the wedding. But finally, it's happening and we're getting married. I think when it comes to our personalities, Agu and I are very similar but also very different. in so many ways. So you can only imagine what was going on inside my head during this time and the time of Taal. But I don't think I showed that to anybody but Agu. Actually, magjo-joke pa yon. He'd always make jokes about it na parang, don't worry, kahit madaming nagsastop, papakasalan pa din naman kita.
Flash. Advice, Ago, never laugh at Claudine's choices. Because you, my friend, are one of the choices. Let's toast to Agu and Claudine. Cheers! 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 Cheers!
It's the kind of love that like you have for your family. That no matter what happens, no matter what you do, your family's still gonna be there and they're still gonna love you. And I think that is the kind of love that I have for Agu.
I do hope that you will cherish this very special moment. It might not be that wedding that you have been dreaming. Dahil ang importante ay ang inyong pagmamahalan sa isa't isa.
Sino nagko-congratulate? Thank you. Wala, nakabarong ka talaga. Kaya mo pala kinuha, ha? Thank you guys, sobra. Thank you, sir. Bye. Sabi ko na nga. Thank you. Well, thank you. Yes.
Going through all this with you has done nothing but to validate and make my feelings stronger that we are really ready for this next step of our lives.
And I want you to always remember that on the day we got married, as the world stood still, my love for you is only stronger and more resilient. I love you.
All right, that was so moving, even if I've seen it over a dozen times, I think. And until now, I still can't help but tear up a bit when I see their guests drive by and say hello. So I don't want to keep you waiting because we have Mr. and Mrs. Coronado here with us this morning, and later we'll be calling in Treehouse Story Films, Mr. Patrick. Let's welcome Mr. and Mrs. Coronado. Hello.
Good morning.
Hi, good
Rona.
morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Thank you so much for coming and joining us. I think even before we showed your video, no, you already have fans saying hello. Or baka your mga relatives. Yan, Dita Sabino says, so happy for them. Love you all.
Hi, Tita
And-
Dita.
Yun pala, Tita Dita.
The way from the US.
Oh, wow. So I hope she was able to see your wedding. This is Carmela Hidalgo Bocanegra. Mabuhay ang bagong kasal, Claudine and Agu. Your friends?
One
Yeah.
of our ninang.
Oh, Ninangs, great. Hello po. Thank you for joining us this morning. So how is married life? I guess, first and foremost.
It's wonderful. I don't know about him. Maybe let's ask him also if he thinks the same.
Sobra, it's fun, it's exciting, and we're just having the best time of our lives starting together.
And just the two of us.
That's great. And it's been almost a month.
Almost a month. In
So
2 days.
magmamansary na kayo.
Monthsary.
Bagong monthsary. Bagong di.
Wedding monthsary na.
Yeah. But I think everybody talaga that was watching your video felt, as we were saying backstage, they felt yung journey nyo na you were supposed to get married in Tagaytay and then that didn't pan out, and then here in Manila, but also that didn't pan out the way it was planned. So when were you engaged?
We got engaged July 2 of last year.
July last year. And then your wedding in Tagaytay was supposed to be on
April 2.
April 2. And you moved there. You decided to move it to Manila at what point?
When it was, I think, alert
January.
level, parang January, when it was yung highest alert level. That's
Right.
when we decided
Yung
that we
nag-ashfall na.
Yes. Yung talagang nag-evacuate, everybody was evacuated from Tagaytay and all the nearby provinces. That's when I think that was around January. So
And
we
mabilis,
decided to move it.
and that was a quick decision for you? Was it like, okay, parang it's not gonna happen, let's just move it to Manila? Was it like, yeah, what was it like?
Maybe parang it's more of we had to make a decision for the guests also,
Right.
to ease the worries of the people who's gonna attend, suppliers. So that was our priority, deciding on like moving it, because at that time we weren't sure what was gonna happen when April comes. So we had to decide that week, and yeah, I think the decision was quick, but it's for everybody naman. So
Yeah.
we had to prioritize that.
I remember him telling me also, because we were syempre still contemplating if we wait or
Yeah.
if we decide to move now. And then he told me, actually one morning, na, because every time I would wake up, the first thing I would check was, nag-erupt na ba? Tumaas yung alert level? Bumaba na ba ulit? And every morning, so the stress, I think he saw the stress that I was going through every day. So parang he told me, sige, he sat me down and told me na, I think we should move it. Just like all our family also. They were, I think they were trying to show us now, we will support you if you decide to move it.
Right.
For the peace of mind of everybody and for your peace of mind. So you can
Right.
stop thinking right now.
Right. And so you moved it to Manila on this, but planning the same day, April also.
Yes, we didn't change the date, but so all the suppliers were still intact.
Right.
We didn't lose suppliers because it was an out of town wedding, so I think all their schedules were cleared for
So
this.
parang it was a little easier because anyway they were booked for that same day. Parang ibang location lang, ganyan. But of course, as we know, hindi po yun nangyari at hindi po siya pwedeng mangyari now after watching your wedding film. So was it before the lockdown when you decided, or when you realized, shucks, hindi na naman, like what happened? What was going through your mind?
Parang for me, it was until on the day they announced the lockdown.
Okay.
And the guidelines. Parang we were waiting for it. Parang I think we were parang a little hopeful pa din na baka hindi naman, baka it's ganito, or paano ba yung guidelines, baka noon pwede pa din to get married. So until that day, I remember I was with my family. And then yun, in-announce na yung guidelines and the lockdown. And I remember my dad looking at me. Parang tinitignan niya kung anong reaction ko. So, kunyari ako, wala akong na-feel. Na parang, that's okay. We can still, move it na lang or get married again. Pero deep inside, I was really holding back my tears. Kasi parang ako, what do you mean? and parang ganun, sabi ko, I cannot believe this. Pero I was just showing everybody that it's okay. We're still gonna get married naman. So yun, that was my memory of that day.
Yeah.
I think it was in the video, di ba? You said na hindi mo pinakita sa iba, na parang internally panic mode now. But Agu was really the one who saw the full effects of the panic mode.
The full everything.
I was
Yes,
the
and
shock.
yet, sorry.
I was the shock absorber.
Right, yeah. That's introduction to married life.
That's good training for you.
'Di ba? At least ngayon alam niyo na yung dynamic pag may isang nagpanic. Or mali pala, pag nagpanic si Claudine, si Agu ang shock absorber.
Yes, correct.
And then of course, you decided to hashtag, as we like to say in themes and motifs and inspirations.ph, is hashtag tuloy ang kasal. At what point did you decide na, I don't care, kahit na 2 beses na tayong na-postpone, magpapakasal kami?
Um,
When did you realize that? Or when did you decide?
well, uh, we were advised rin, parang our friends and family were telling us when like the rules eases up or like eases the regulations and everything. They were saying if you get the opportunity, do it no matter what. Kasi you never know when it's gonna be like changed again or something's gonna come up again. So when we saw the opportunity open up, nag-ease ng konti yung rules. Sabi namin, oh, let's do it na. That was end of May, first week of June. We started talking to Manila Cathedral already, scheduling, coordinating, and seeing kung paano rin yung rules ng church. And then I think it wasn't mentioned in the video, but we
There was
had
hiccup.
another
Wow.
yeah,
Third time the charm.
we were scheduling June 21 Sunday wedding.
Okay.
June
June 21 Sunday.
Actually,
But-
yung story dun sa date, I want to say hi to Miss Donna of Manila Cathedral, who was very helpful. So, I was talking with her the entire time, mga May ngayon. And then, actually, hindi ako nagbibigay ng date. Sabi ko, Miss Donna, kung anong may available na date ang church and my priest, sabi ko, we will be there. So, it was actually Miss Donna who set the date.
Okay.
So, sabi niya, parang gusto mo Sunday. So, sabi ko, sige, Sunday, okay. So, it was set on July 21. And then, continue the story.
And then so she messaged us again mga 2 weeks before, and then she checked our marriage license. She said that it was expiring on the 20th.
June 20.
June 20, Saturday.
Oh, wow.
So, sabi niya, if you push through this with the 21st wedding and then Sunday, hindi na valid yon. So,
Right.
we had to quit the day before, 20. So, we
So,
had
there
to...
was another moving
Yeah.
that happened. So, we just sabi ko, okay, the day before, Miss Donna, pwede ba yun na if our license expires on June 20, can we still get married on June 20? Sabi niya,
Right.
yes, makakaya.
Pwede. Ah!
So, and then buti na lang may, free slot and like, same time. So, yun. That was our third obstacle dapat. Or
Grabe.
else we have to apply again for marriage license and go
Yeah.
to all and all that.
And actually, that's the challenge for a lot of couples right now, no? That their marriage license is already here. Tapos, syempre, you know how difficult it is to file for it, to get it done, get all these papers and all of that. Tapos, pag mag-expire siya, parang, ay, gagawin ko pa ba yun ulit?
Do it again. Totoo.
Diba? And so, I think that's what's pushed a lot of couples who, if they already have their marriage license, wala, let's do this na. Because, syempre, with skeletal workforce everywhere, it's probably really a challenge to also reapply, di ba? Kumbaga, I like to say, everybody has backlog. The whole world has backlog at this point. So, when it came to your wedding, na ang nag-decide pala ay ang inyong marriage license, wala pong numerology na naganap, wala pong yung pinaka-best date. No, it was just technicals. It was just legal pa po. Kasal po kami pag kinasal kami at this time. So what were some of the things you wanted to make sure that your wedding had? Kasi syempre, you realize na, okay, the wedding that I planned here in Manila is not gonna take place, right? It can't be the way I wanted it. I don't know if it was in a ballroom or something like that. But there may be some things in your wedding that you decided na, I still want to make sure to have it and to make it special? Was there anything na parang, ay, hindi ako magpapakasal kung wala yan?
Well, the basics, of course, the family, our immediate family, was the main priority. Of course, the both of us, Agu, for me.
Right.
Kaming dalawa lang, getting married again, as I mentioned, like in the video, in front of God. I think
Yeah.
that was the number one most important thing. Because we were
That is
actually,
non-negotiable.
yes, non-negotiable siya talaga. We actually considered doing a civil wedding. Pero we talked about it, and yun nga, parang it was more important and vital for us to get married still in church. So with our family, with our immediate family, and I think one negotiable was also parang somehow, how do we keep a remembrance of this day? So
Right.
we were choosing between getting a photographer,
Mhm.
or yung video nga. So we were
Mhm.
still talking about it. And then buti na lang, ano ba, nag-usap kayo nila Benny, no? Tapos
No.
na-bring up nila Patrick.
Kasi for me, I always tell her, important sa akin yung video for me, yung ano ko, my point of view. And of course kasi, well, Benny and Alessi from Treehouse are my friends and my blockmates from before.
Right.
Very good.
So when actually from the start pa lang, prenuptial shoot, and then planning, we were all always in contact, and then we were always talking na no matter what, you're with us, sabi nila.
Mhm.
Kahit ano, whenever, wherever. So, syempre, ako, ano yun parang that's big sa akin na hindi nila kami iniwan. So, we wanted them to be a part of our wedding, syempre. So, yun yung importance din sa akin yung video. Of course, yung documenting it, and yung pag-present sa family, yun nga, kasi they had the idea of doing it live, yun pa, we talked about that. So, sabi ko, that's a great opportunity for everybody who's not gonna be there. Our relatives in the States will be able to watch it pa. So,
Yeah.
and that's the advantage nung Treehouse and us talking about the plan.
So you streamed your wedding. You streamed the ceremony
Yeah. It was
on
live
Zoom.
on
Ay,
No,
ano ba?
it's YouTube.
Wow, on YouTube.
And then a private link.
Okay.
So it's internally to all our family members and then friends. So everybody was watching with us that day.
So it was Sorry, go ahead.
It was just my immediate family there, but actually thinking about it now, we originally planned of having 300 guests. But parang
Wow.
yung reach, yes, so yung reach nung live video, parang I had relatives na hindi ko nakakausap for the longest time, but the live,
Wow.
the link sent to them, so they were able to watch, like, people we didn't think na, can take part of the wedding kasi of whatever reason. But that day, parang it was even better because more family, more friends was able to watch us and be with us. And then
Yeah.
yung comment, parang it was one of the best weddings we've seen kasi the shots were always in front. So it was just the two of us and then si Father. So parang they were right there with us in front sa altar. And medyo malayo, so you don't know what's happening with the couple. You don't know anong mga actions nila. So it was raved about so much, like especially my family, our families, parang they were
Right.
all so happy with us. So it was even better actually, thanks to Treehouse.
I think this is maybe one of your friends. Vanessa says, miss you. Dini is that your nickname? And Agu.
My cousin, hi Ate Vani.
Oh, ayan. Say so hello to the friends and family of Claudine and Agu. Please keep saying hi so that we can add this Facebook Live to their wedding video package. Diba? You can look back at this 10 years from now and see that everybody still said that. And like, I think like what's happening now, no? People are actually saying hi to you guys here on Facebook. Maybe some of them, like you said, they're in the States, and yet they're tuned in. They're able to take part of this great occasion and this special occasion in your life. And we've noticed, no, for us at Teams and Motives and Inspirations, that couples still really want to have a good wedding. You know, parang kayo, you yes, of course, no matter what happens, by hook or by crook, magpapakasal ako. Pero naisip niyo pa din na, pero gusto kong magka-video, pero gusto kong, I want to have something to remember. And of course, you were dressed up, you looked so beautiful in your gown, you know, you had your makeup done, and all of that. And these are things that, you know, we hope, and this is why we're doing the Love Wins Forum. We hope that if you're celebrating your milestones, that you would, yes, push for this because you truly deserve this. And talagang there's no better time than now, no? Now that you know what's essential to you, na talagang to celebrate your family and your loved ones. I think if the pandemic had happened, I don't know, 5 years ago, parang talagang wedding planning would have been at a standstill. You would not have been able to do anything, di ba? You had no Zoom to like chat with suppliers and say, oh, I'm gonna move it to Manila, and then I am gonna move it pala to June 20 from 21, di ba? Without the internet, talagang not just working from home, but even your special occasions would have been very difficult to plan. And that's why before we ask more of the experience of Agu and Claudine, and of course call in Mr. Patrick Benitez of Treehouse, we want to share with you the Bridal Marketplace by Themes and Motives, which is already happening right now. And I'd like to call in Managing Director and my co-moderator usually, but today is my guest as I'm flying solo, Miss Sharon Fabian.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Sharon.
Good morning, Rona. Good morning, Agu and Claudine. Nakakapanibago. All guests ako, yan. Congratulations and best wishes ulit kay Agu and Christine. Diba kanina naiyak ulit ako for the nth time habang pinanonood ng video.
Diba?
Yes, good morning.
And the video has had over 6,000 views and
Yes.
over, at least last night, so by today more pa, and over 1,600 shares by last night. So again, baka more pa this morning. But Miss Sharon's here to talk to us about the online bridal fair, which I think is a bit new for couples, no? Because we're used to going to a place, to a specific place, to do, you know, to go do the rounds and all of this. But of course, because of the lockdown and all of the things that are changing, Teams and Motives has taken the bridal fair online. So what is an online bridal fair, Ms. Sharon?
Okay. Well, ang online bridal fair, it's like your normal bridal fair without you having to go to a physical venue. Think of it as parang you will be shopping for something online na usong-uso ngayon. So that's how an online bridal fair works. And we decided to go online kasi as yung pinagkwentuhan nyo nga kanina, when the pandemic, actually, since the Taal eruption, medyo na-disrupt na rin yung bridal fairs, no? Medyo bumaba yung foot traffic kasi may mga na-displace. May mga displace na couples na based sa South, may mga suppliers na na-displace. So medyo na-displace sila, medyo naapektuhan na rin yung bridal fair industry at that time. So, lalo na nung nag-pandemic, talagang completely wala nang bridal fair because bawal ang mass gatherings. So, and the world was paused. No? We were all on a standstill, and katulad ni Agu and Claudine, alam mo, you don't know what's gonna happen next. And I'm sure sila they already have their plans intact. Pero may mga couples na, alam mo, lalo na siguro yung nakatanggap ng proposal at umoo sa proposal nung Valentine's Day. Tapos biglang, yeah, di ba? So ito yung, and usually that is yun yung market na nagpupunta sa Wedding Expo Philippines, which happens second week of March, no? So kami rin, yung Themes and Motives din, damay doon sa na-postpone na event na ready na, 10 days to go, and then biglang nag-quarantine. So Etong mga couples na to na raring to start planning their weddings, na-pause yon, no? So, they don't have the paperwork yet. Pero gusto na nila mag-umpisa, whether they will be getting married in the time of in the time of pandemic or early next year. May mga couples na gusto na mag-umpisa ng pagpa-plan nila. And that's why we came up, at sabi namin, katulad ng ano na hashtag tuloy ang kasal, kasama ang themes and motives doon na hashtag tuloy ang kasal. We will do the bridal fairs again, but we will do it online. So we will bring it to you. You can now start planning your wedding away from traffic, away from the hassle of preparing, dressing up to actually go to a place. And most importantly, away from the virus, you can now plan your wedding safely in your own home, no? Kung nasan ka man, where you are sheltering in place. All you have to do is to go online, go to themesandmotives.com, just click the bridal marketplace, and meron kang, it will lead you to page na nandun naka yung per category. You can choose per category or you can shop by promo. So lahat ng mga kasali doon, naka-publish din yung promo nila. And then it's ang tawag namin doon, sabi ko, kinorek ko pa nga yung gumawa kasi sabi ko, bakit ganito? Ano yan? Typo error. Catalog. Okay, so it's really catalog because it's a catalog. It's a catalog na blog. So it's you can see the catalogs of all the participating suppliers. So hindi lang siya pre-COVID, may mga online, one or two na online fairs na pagpasok mo, it's just a directory. Ito, when you go inside the online bridal fair, you actually go to their online booth and there's a portfolio. You can see their photos, videos, and other information about their products and services. So this is our way of helping the couples and also to let those na nag-yes on Valentine's Day at excited na magplan ng wedding nila na there are suppliers who are now available. Kasi for a while, ang hirap din maghanap ng suppliers, wala kang matawagan. I'm sure sila Agu and Claudine can attest to that. Now, there are suppliers who are available and willing to help you and willing to work with you sa pagpa-plan ninyo ng wedding. So, all you have to do is to go to themesandmotives.com. Para ka lang nag-online shopping. Na I'm sure usong-uso sa maraming tao ngayon. Ngayon, ang isa-shop mo ay yung suppliers mo. At ang maganda dito, Rons, meron siyang, you can send, may facility siya na you can send an email matapos mo tingnan yung kanilang catalogs. You can send an email. You can call them and you can actually chat live, especially next weekend, no? There's going to be a live presentation. Makikita nyo online in YouTube and Facebook Live, some of the suppliers, they will go live, magpapakilala po sila, and they will let you know ano yung mga promos nila. So, maganda siya because it can be a very interactive experience also for the couples kasi sabihin nila, naku, there's nothing like, having an interaction.
Right.
Yun nga, naiba na ngayon ang interaction, no? It's virtual now, so you can still interact with them inside the online booth and pag-aralan ninyo. And of course, pag-usapan ninyo, wag po kayo magbo-book ng kayo lang. Uso-uso sa mga online shoppers. Nag-order ng bongga, hindi alam ng partner sa buhay. So pag-usapan niyo pong mag-partner, bago po kayo mag-book. But what we can assure you na, although hindi pa po ito kasing laki ng actual online fair, ng on-ground, no, ng actual exhibit, the suppliers are slowly coming back. At may mga choices po kayo. So, kompleto, hindi lang nga po parang Wedding Expo Philippines na 400 suppliers all at once, no? So, katulad ng mga couples na slowly going back to planning, slowly deciding na, okay, we don't wanna put this on hold anymore, like Agu and Claudine. We would just like to start our life together because yun naman ang importante sa lahat, yun yung essential. There are suppliers now in the bridal marketplace that will be more than willing to help you. At Rona, this will be going regional after July. Meron tayong August sa Laguna. So, tuloy-tuloy ito. We will be going to where you are. At ang maganda dito, ang Themes and Motives Bridal Fair, gaya ng commitment namin sa mga couples, lahat po ng kasali sa Themes and Motives Love Wins, the bridal marketplace, legitimate suppliers po silang lahat. Lahat po sila, kahit po nasa pandemic, registered po ang businesses nila, may license to operate po sila. Because that's one thing, kahit po noon, nung actual fairs po namin, that's our guarantee, hindi po kami nagpapasali ng pa-freelance lang or fly-by-night po. Because, syempre ngayon, Rona, no, now everything's online. Sabi nga kagabi in CNN, I was watching, $10 billion on online and telephone scams ang nawawala every year. Now more than ever, virtual na lahat ng mga tao, pati ang mga scammers, virtual na sila.
Yeah.
So, bridal marketplace.
Very creative na sila, di ba?
Yes, oo. Kung paano nagle-level up ang mga couples to, di ba? Kung level up ang mga couples para mapaganda at magawa yung wedding nila ng maayos, ganun din ang mga scammers natin, nagle-level up din. In the bridal fair, in the bridal marketplace po, they are all legitimate suppliers. And we're here. Ito nga po, naka-uniform ako ng Themes and Motives. We're here. We're in the bridal marketplace. We're live. Next week po, we're going live to you via YouTube and Facebook. Yun, Rons.
Yeah, so, for me, I think a lot of people would ask kasi, why still go to the online bridal fair if I can easily message them naman on Facebook, on Instagram, and all these things. It's kind of the same. But I like what you pointed out that once you go to the bridal marketplace, of course, apart from the discounts and the freebies that you will not get if I just DM them, slide into their DMs like that. I am also assured na legit nga tong taong to, na talagang mag-a-appear siya. Kasi ganito, di ba? I mean, we will not be able to see them anymore before we book them. It's just via Zoom and all of these things. So, pwede ka talagang ma-scam. Pwede ka talagang maloko. And it's great that what you go to a place that ensures that all these people who are presenting these things to you are really there for the couple. They're really there to provide to you the service, the product that you will want and you will need for your wedding without trying to swindle you. So, sa truth lang, di ba? Sa truth lang. Ganun naman talaga ngayon. And so, in case you still don't know what an online bridal fair looks like, I think Ms. Sharon has a video for us, which I will be sharing now. And then I'll call in, of course, Mr. Patrick Benitez of Treehouse Story to join us with Agu and Claudine. Meron tayong phone-in question about streaming your wedding. So we're gonna answer that after this video. Thank you, Ms. Sharon, for joining us this morning. So again,
thank you. Thank you once again. Congratulations, best wishes, kina Agu and Claudine. At parting word ko lang po before I go back to the online bridal marketplace. Katulad po ng sinabi nila Agu, no? Wag sa mga couples na nag-iisip, mas importante to start your life together. Kasi sabi nga ni Agu, hindi mo alam sila nga thrice, 'di ba? First it was Taal. And akala nila safe na kasi inilipat nila sa Manila. Tapos, nung nalipat na sa Manila, naku, yung date pa pala, hindi yung date nung kasal, di ba? So, nagkaroon ng konting problema. So you'll never know what's gonna happen next. When we do our shows, Rana, we always say, when the year started, we were so hopeful kasi 2020, perfect vision. But we didn't know nung January, by March, the world will stand still because a pandemic will happen. So, instead of putting your life on hold, pwede po tuloy ang kasal. Wag hindi lang maging reckless, may safety precautions, may mga safety measures. Lahat po 'yun sundin natin. But tuloy po ang buhay, love wins, tuloy ang kasal. We hope to see all of you at Themes and Motives, the bridal marketplace.
All right. So here's our video about online bridal fairs. Okay, so we actually have a question, no? Well, before we go to the question that I mentioned and calling in Patrick, because I really think he's going to be the best person to answer this, is we have your friend saying hello to Agu and Claudine and saying, you woke up early. So thank you so much for waking up early for us.
That's our groomsman ko yan, tsaka bridesmaid niya.
Ang wife niya,
Yeah.
si JC. Hello.
Ayan. So say hi to your friends who are teasing you that that nagising ka. I feel so honored na that you would wake up early for us. So of course, without further ado, let me call in Mr. Patrick Benitez of Treehouse Story. Hello, Sir Patrick. Thank you for joining us.
Nice.
So we
Thank
have
you for having us.
Yeah, so we have a question actually. It says, did you guys get a supplier for the live stream? And what advice can you give couples planning to live stream their ceremony? This is Timmy. This is my friend who's getting married. Hey, Timmy, thank you so much for watching and sending your question. I think based on Agu's answer, no, Treehouse was the one who was able to help with streaming. So go ahead, Patrick, if you want to answer this question first.
Okay, so for the live streaming, our vision was not just to broadcast it live, but to broadcast it like para SDE like video para
Patrick, are you there?
Frozen siya.
Frozen.
Yes.
Hello? Yan,
Yeah.
nawala, sorry.
Sorry,
Yan.
ganun talaga pag live, may technical concerns.
Yung internet yan.
Yes.
So parang yung vision namin with the live streaming was not just to broadcast it live yung camera phone or one camera. Parang gusto namin yung experience ng audience mo is like parang nanonood sila ng SDE.
Mhm.
So to do that, parang nag-research kami, nag-invest on equipment na mga wireless transmitters kasi we can't afford to use wired yung cables kasi
Mhm.
every videographer is constantly moving.
Right.
So yun, na-research namin yung latest wireless transmitters para like sa cathedral we can move freely pero every camera is broadcasted online. So yun yung vision, parang and first time namin tinry doon sa wedding nila Ago and Claudine yung live feed. Tapos maganda naman yung feedback. Like doon sa part ng drive-by,
Mhm.
parang lahat sila nanonood. Yung nasa video, totoo yun nanonood sila sa phone nila. Nasa kotse lang sila habang naghihintay.
Oh.
So yung
Tapos
mga...
besides ko yun, I think that's the question that everybody wants to know, no? Agu and Claudine, you did not know that your friends would be driving by?
No,
No.
hindi naman yata sa shriek
Yeah.
ko. Buti nga hindi pinolong nila Patrick dun sa video namin yun. But my reaction was talagang hagol-gol cry when I saw our friends. Talagang we were not
Surprise.
expecting it.
Ang galing. So they were parked outside watching the live stream.
We're all watching the live stream, correct?
Galing. So
Yeah,
you...
so
Sorry, go ahead, Patrick.
Yep. Parang yung comments nila, parang naririnig nila yung mic ni Ago and Claudine while nasa altar na baka hindi sila aware, pinag-uusapan nila. Like yung mga na-splashy cloud nung holy water na parami. Yung may comment si Ago na splash doon eh. So clear yung audio. Even that audio naririnig doon sa nanonood sa live.
Stream. But this is something that you parang set it up na ngayon na may quarantine. Tama ba? I mean, this wasn't really something that was done in the past, right? So the live streaming part and making sure that they're, if whoever wants to tune in, it became an add-on ngayon ng Treehouse Story. Tama ba?
Yes, for this pandemic lang namin na offer kasi like yun nga, nagkaroon yung wedding industry, di ba? Nagkaroon ng parang break because of the pandemic. So parang that was a time na hindi dapat stagnant. Parang we have to learn something new. We have to research.
Right.
Yan, constant learning.
And I
So,
guess sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, yun lang.
I guess what, like Timmy asked, no, did you get a separate supplier? It's great that you already included this kasi nga, limited yung amount of people that are allowed in a room, di ba? So if you're gonna get pa a separate supplier or a different person who's going to set it up, dagdag pa yun dun sa maximum capacity ng room. Tama ba? Di ba kasi, like in the Catholic Church, 10 lang yung allowed. Right? So syempre, yung couple, and then your family, and then if you choose to have a videographer, but if you have somebody else setting up pa, parang it's just, it could have been a family member na lang, di ba? Right. So, so to answer the question, no, there was no separate supplier. It was just Treehouse. But do you have advice for couples who are planning to live stream down their ceremony? Patrick, you wanna start?
For live stream, siguro make sure first na, kasi right now parang internet ang ano natin, no, ang buhay natin.
Yeah.
So, ang live streaming is nagde-depend siya sa internet speed. So, that time, meron kaming portable router na ginamit namin dun sa wedding nila Claudine. So,
to Patrick Hang. There was a portable router, tama? He said.
Yes.
So the internet was from where? From the church? Or paano ba?
The church. They were it was with them inside the church.
Sorry.
It's okay. So the internet was Manila Cathedral's internet, tama ba?
Yeah, hindi, Cathedral, location is Manila Cathedral. We have our own Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Na wireless. And that time, pumalo siya ng kaya ata ng 60 MB. So, we were able to broadcast it live in high definition. So, ang ganda nung nangyari talaga nung day na yun. Parang wala masyadong aberya.
Okay, so, high internet speed. Yes, Claudine.
Share lang sana the live stream. As in, para siyang SDE, the entire ceremony. I mean, okay lang also, di ba, we have Zoom and other, FB Live or whatever, but what Treehouse did was more than what we expected. Because akala ko di ba, one camera, in front of us. It was, as in yung pag-walk ko ng aisle, merong nag-detect doon. So, the audience, they were able to see, as in my face and my dad, multiple views siya. It was parang
Okay. It wasn't like, kasi kung tayo lang gumawa nun, di ba? May stand, tapos nandun yung phone. Tapos parang, kung ano na lang makita nyo guys, yun na po.
Diba? Bahala na. Tapos I'm not sure kung si Benny ba or si Alessi ang nagsabi sa akin, no? Nasabi niya nga, 10 na nga lang yung visitors mo. We don't want to, give them parang an additional responsibility pa na parang, to take the video, the entire ceremony. So parang sabi nila, let everybody concentrate on the two of you and the ceremony. Kasi nga, we were just 10 people na lang. So parang sabi nila, let us take care of that. And, they delivered more than what we expected. Tapos I checked, I think yung views it was a private link So, so only people who was able to get the link will be able to watch the live stream. Parang nasa 600 views. Nasa 600 yung nakanood. So parang it's more than, yung wanted, invited guests namin. So we were just very, very happy about it.
You have more friends saying hello?
Si Leia.
All the way from Canada. Hi, Leia.
From Canada.
And of course, JC is saying hello to you. Benny
Hi,
Vice.
JC.
Patrick.
Yeah. Groom din namin yan si JC.
They moved it next year na.
Oh, they moved the wedding next year. And my, I think my niece is saying hello, my 6-year-old niece. Hi, Julian.
Wow. Cute.
Thank you for watching. Please don't get married yet. You're only 6 years old. And I think this is one of your ninangs, tama ba? Claudine's mom, Tina, thought about the surprise of after the wedding. Of course, family and friends were all game to join. Brilliant idea. Yun talaga yun eh. I think that was really what, ako, no, like I said earlier when we were backstage, when my own friends watched it, so syempre we published the story and we shared your video, and it already had so many views. But when I shared it on my wall, my friends were sending me videos of themselves crying and their husband saying, "Pinaiyak mo yung asawa ko." And I was like, oh, hindi ko naman sinasadya. Tsaka number 2, hindi ko pa sila nami-meet. Sa Saturday ko pa sila mami-meet. But people were so invested. They really felt just what it was like for you guys, no, to get from planning your wedding, getting postponed and all of that, and finally getting married. And I think Patrick really, Treehouse Story did such a fantastic and wonderful job. Like I said, na he was able to show both sides, no? Yung hirap ng pandemic wedding, pero meron siyang hidden na silver lining. May hidden blessing siya, I guess, as we like to say, na pag intimate wedding or, if these are the only people around, ganito pala yung mangyayari. Ito pala yung itsura. So in your experience, Ago and Claudine and Patrick, of course, what has been the advantage of having an intimate wedding? Or ano yung nakita nyo na siguro before the pandemic, I guess you didn't consider doing an intimate wedding, diba? Because you had everything planned out. But of course, given the circumstances, wala na po tayong choice. Intimate wedding na po tayo lahat. So, ano yung nakita nyong kinaganda ng intimate wedding? And also for Patrick, on the side of the supplier.
Well, I think for us, the most na feel namin na difference or like yung on that day was yung we were just focused on the like us and then the ceremony and the family. Parang it's more personal. Tapos also nung nasa in front of the altar kami, parang wala kami ibang iniisip. No preparations, no guests, yung mga I don't know, kasi pag kunyari nasa wedding ka ng daming tao, parang ang dami mo nakita tapos medyo preoccupied ka na. But when we were there in front of the altar and then the priest was talking to us, parang it was so personal, parang kami lang talaga in the room. So we were really listening and yung homily niya was very touching and inspiring also, and like he was happy for us. So talagang we were just listening to him, and I think yun yung pinaka magandang feeling because it was so personal and intimate na parang kami lang, God, church, and family. So yun yung I think the best was.
Parang siguro everybody's thinking na it's so cliche for us to say na that's parang yun yung what made it extra special, na it was personal and ganyan. But I don't think we will be able to verbalize it in any way or to put words to describe how that day was. Kasi parang it canceled, parang it canceled all the outside noise. Na parang I think kaya pa din naman yon even if you have guests there. But I think ito yung talagang, of course you can't help but kunyari, I always imagine walking down the aisle, you see family, you see friends, so medyo divided yung attention mo na looking everywhere. And then yun na, ko, syempre at the back of the head, siguro usually ang bride, iniisip, nako, yung supplier kaya nandun na, or nagawa ba ng coordinator yung ganito, or like that. But that day talagang, as in, I had nothing in mind, but I was just looking at actually si Daddy muna. Si Daddy muna. I saw my dad first. And then so I saw my dad first. As in, I couldn't see anything else. It was just Dad. Then after that, si Agu na. Then kaya, as you noticed dun sa video, dun sa when a tear fell, nung nakita ko yon si Agu, and then parang all the emotions, everything that happened, parang biglang bumalik sa akin na, oh my gosh, it's finally happening, and parang it felt the same. I was worried kasi baka parang iba yung feeling, baka it's not like,
Yeah.
how the couples would usually describe that
Yes.
that walk down the aisle, but it was so much more. So parang ako lang, I just want to reassure all those who are still about to get married na parang it will it will be exactly or actually more than what you've been imagining in your head.
Yeah.
Parang wala akong na-feel na parang sayang naman but walang ibang tao,
Right.
parang kulang, as in none at all. And I just want to reassure everybody na talagang what's important is just your family and then the two of you, and then kung in front of a judge lang, it doesn't matter, but whatever works for you, it will still be, how you imagined it, and parang the wedding of your dreams. I mean, for a girl.
Just add on to, kasi may certain charm yung nangyari because isipin mo, ang ganda ng church,
Lalo
tapos
na yung
empty,
cathedral. It was so
tapos
big.
yung shots parang, alam mo yun, parang sa commercial or like sa movie mo lang makikita na may dream sequence na gano'n na ikaw lang yung nag-walk ng aisle tapos do empty. So, parang may added charm rin yun for the video and for the, ganda. Again,
Yeah.
di ba, Beck?
Yes.
Hindi siya
Yun, so-
mag-viral, di ba? Kung hindi. Sige, Patrick.
From our perspective naman, parang the great thing about pandemic weddings is yun nga, it's
We will come back. We will be patient. But I like what you said, no? Na it doesn't feel any different. Because for a lot of couples,
Hello?
that's what we keep hearing, at least, na baka it'll be different. Patrick will share his thoughts.
Yeah, parating pag nagsasalita ako. Yan. The great thing about pandemic weddings is it's more personal and more emotional, and for us, more room for storytelling.
Right.
Kasi ang daming possible na mangyari na hindi siya nangyayari pre-pandemic weddings.
Mhm.
So like yung drive-by nila Ago and Claudine, alam na namin na mangyayari yun eh, pero yung ina-expect ko 2 to 3 cars lang. Hindi ko ina-expect ganun kalaki. So habang nangyayari yun, while shooting, parang nafe-feel ko na parang medyo naiyak din ako para sa kanila. Kasi kita ko sobrang happy nila eh. Even naka-earphones ako, naka-tap sila ng audio.
Oo.
Naririnig ko lahat eh. Madami na akong kinat doon eh. Pero grabe talaga yung raw emotion, yung happiness na naririnig ko lang through audio. Tapos nag-shoot ako kasi nakatalikod sila sa akin. So parang nung moment pa lang na yun, parang ilang cars yun, parang 15, 20.
Grabe.
Basta ganun.
Napuno yung parang roundabout sa cathedral. Tapos, parang extra pa na, actually at the back of my head, iniisip ko, because it's super strict, di ba, in Manila Cathedral. And supposedly, the area right in front of the church is always closed. Ang allowed lang doon is the bridal car.
Right.
But
Yes.
na-split ko na napayagan all the cars to go around. Tapos nakikita mo from afar yung mga Guardia Civil, yung security and the they were all just watching us. And then, tignan ko kasi baka ang tagal, tsaka ang dami. Tapos meron pa nagbibigay ng shots sa amin. So, sabi ko, baka magalit sila kuya. Pero they were all, I could see their smiles from afar. Tapos parang nakadagdag yun sa emotions ko na parang, ang saya ng lahat. Everybody so happy. Parang, it was very emotional. Super emotional.
Yeah. Ako, like I said, no, I can't watch it and not be moved. Kahit na, like, paulit-ulit ko na siyang pinanood because, I published the story. So I can't imagine what it must have been like for you. I like, parang Agu said pa na, I think one of your friends ba, took his barong. Tapos sabi mo parang, kaya ka pala kumuha ng barong.
Yeah.
Because all the groomsmen who were there, they were all wearing their barong.
That's naka-short.
Kasi gawa na. It was ready
Opo.
na. The clothes were ready na.
Sa
And it's
medyo na iyak nung nakita niya mga nakabarong yung friends niya.
yeah. Siyempre kasi
Yung nakakatawa,
sorry, go
yung
ahead.
nakakatawang part doon, hindi na namin pinakita sa video eh. Pero nakabarong sila, may isang bumaba, pagbaba niya naka-shorts lang. Ang cute
Parang
doon.
Zoom wedding talaga, no? Ganun na talaga yung buhay, yung live streaming na sa top party, business on the top, party on the bottom, di ba?
Yes.
So I think one of your friends are saying hi again. Yeah, that's so nice. They're all tuned in.
So, yeah.
And the other thing I loved seeing in your video was when you decided to drive past your lola's place. Tama ba? Was it your...
My lola.
Okay. And galing kasi they're all here in Manila, no? Kasi siguro not all nasa Manila their grandparents, right? So you drove by your lola's place just to say hi. Have you seen them before the lockdown?
No, that was the first time. Actually, buti nga yung pinakita lang nila Benny noon, I was a little calm already. Pero grabe din yung tears ko because I'm very close to both of my lolas. And I think of all the people, except maybe our parents, my two lolas are the most excited for me to get married. Because in my mom's side, I'm the eldest grandchild.
Mm-hmm.
So my mama, the one who was holding a wine glass.
I know, so rock star. I love it.
So they are both parang a big part of my life.
Yeah.
So we wanted to see them. But yun nga, medyo not parang along with the happiness, it was a little hard also. Kaya I think I kept on crying kasi parang mas na-feel mo yung parang longing for other people, like your friends. Tapos I noticed nga dun sa video, di ba, parang everybody was reaching out to us.
Yeah.
Parang gusto mong everybody wanted to hug us and to get
Yeah.
parang also difficult na parang I think adds to the experience and the memory of our wedding. Yung parang that time that I couldn't hug my lolas during my wedding day. And I think if I see that video after, a long time, parang yun yung maaalala kong emotions ko. So I'm very thankful talaga kay Treehouse that they were able to give us our wedding day over and over again through that video.
So Cherry says, amazing work and commitment to deliver your best Treehouse story. Love your heart to serve your clients' best interest and make
Wow,
them
thank you.
on. So
Thank
last
you.
questions before we give, your maybe actually marami na rin kayong na-share na tips about getting married. Is why should couples #tuloy ang kasal? Yun nga, di ba? We said earlier na kasi a lot of people are feeling like baka it's not the same. I'll just wait it out na when I can have a big one or something, you know what I mean? But there are a lot of couples now, they're opting, I don't know, do you still have plans of doing a bigger celebration or no more na?
Maybe next year.
Maybe, yeah. But you already did the legal work now, diba? I mean, you got married and all of that. So there are some that they're opting, they're thinking about doing that. Yung parang, let's do a small one and then a big one later on. But why would you encourage our viewers, our soon-to-wed couples, no, to, sige, tuloy nyo yan. Let's do it. Let's get married. I think as proof, no, Ago and Claudine have been married for almost a month. They look they're fresh off marital bliss. Viewers, in case you are noticing, masaya po talaga ang buhay may asawa. So, baka that's enough proof. But Ago and Claudine will still share anyway. And Patrick also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
For me, I think, with everything that's going on that we can't control, parang naisip na din yun na if you plan to get married this day, parang why would you want to move it? Because other people can't. Parang I think that the first thing that they can do is talk to your partner.
Yeah.
Like, why are we getting married ba? What is the celebration for? And then for us, of course, the celebration is important because you want to spend it with your relatives and friends. Yeah. And I don't think yun yung pinaka hindi masyadong possible because how are you gonna dance? How are you gonna greet everybody? Yung like that big celebration. So if hindi naman masyadong crucial yon for you guys, it's either you can totally postpone it na, ay, totally hindi na mangyari, or postpone it to next year. But I think for me, what's important is we can start our lives together now.
Right.
No matter what the situation is. And I think one more advice is talk to your suppliers. You'll be surprised how supportive they are. You'll be surprised how considerate and little acts of kindness that they'll extend to you. Na kahit kasi ang dami naming suppliers na hindi nagamit, obviously. The only suppliers we were able to use was Treehouse. And actually sila lang yung nagamit. But
From the original.
Siyempre, yung makeup.
Correct.
Kasi-
Makeup, wala. I just went for my reliable friend who does my makeup sometimes para memorize na how to do my makeup. But I think si Treehouse lang yung original supplier that we were able to use that day. But, along the way, we were talking to Jets and Rona. We were talking to Atom, our host. And they all had their own, advices for us. And I think parang they are the perfect people to talk to because it's their expertise. So parang feeling ko, especially dun sa mga wala masyadong idea, how to go about the wedding. Ako, so buti na lang, thank God for the online bridal fairs, like what you're doing now. It's so easy to see, diba? All the suppliers then, and then you just get to see. But yun nga, talk to your suppliers. After talking to your partner, talk to your suppliers, and then don't worry too much. I think that will mahirap masyadong mag-worry, especially nowadays. I don't think it should add to all the worries that we have now. If you still want to get married, get married. It's possible.
Right.
Like ako with what Manila Cathedral, the assistance that they extended to us. It was more than what we expected. But just go and do it because it will still be like what I said. It will still be the wedding of your dreams, even.
And it's always gonna be worth it. Patrick, anything you want to share to couples who are getting married? Have you done more quarantine weddings apart from Agu and Claudine's? Or hindi?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yesterday, meron.
Intimate din, malamang. Ano ba yung
Intimate.
Kailangan naman mas
Ayun, ibang story din naman. So, ang na-realize ko, parang ang ganda ng ang na-realize ko, ang ganda ng intimate weddings. Kasi parang iba siya from the usual, like yung how we shoot, how we tell stories. Ang daming opportunity for storytelling sa bawat event na mangyayari. So parang if ever pwede sila mag-intimate weddings, then they can celebrate later on next year like yung gagawin nila Ago and Claudine. Kasi feeling ko we deserve to celebrate because of what's happening right now, diba? Next year.
Pag nalagpasan natin to, guys, lahat ng party gawin natin, man.
Everybody.
Diba? We won, guys. We won.
Yeah, since yung intimate weddings now can still be beautiful and parang mas ramdam namin mas while shooting, even hindi yung wedding nila Ago and Claudine.
Yeah.
Parang mas ramdam mo yung emotions kasi every couple may journey sila. So parang yun parati yung hinahanap ko. Kung ano yung journey nila before their wedding day. Yeah. Kasi for sure, like sila Ago and Claudine, twice postponement. Yung wedding namin kahapon because of their of one reason ata yung father kasi magre-retire na, gusto ma-shoot na wedding, naka-uniform pa rin siya.
Okay.
Kasi military. Kasi next year hindi na niya pwede suotin yung uniform na yan.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Tapos ang pa rin, with family and friends, sobrang happy nila. Parang bawat
I think
yun.
you're
Sorry.
saying, Patrick, friends and family are so happy.
Hello?
Yep.
Yan, ayan, there.
Yon.
Yan.
Friends and family are so happy to see you get married. Tama ba?
Yes.
Okay.
Ako na ba? Ay,
Yes.
sorry,
Parang that's where you
Nawala.
stopped.
Nawala yung thought. Ayun, na parang ramdam mo bawat patak ng luha. Alam mo ang lalim nung pinagdaanan para dumating sila sa point na yun. So, wala. For me, ang ganda ng mga intimate weddings talaga.
Ganda ng story.
Ganda ng story.
Any tip do you have that you might have, Patrick? Siguro apart from yun, make sure that there's internet connection in your ceremony or kung saan ka man magsi-stream, no? Kasi I don't know if others are streaming the reception ba or something. Kasi for you, it was the ceremony lang, no? The reception was not streamed anymore. Yeah. So, one tip is internet. Make sure your internet is top-notch. Anything else you have for couples who are doing an intimate wedding this year?
Yeah. Number one talaga, top of mind is the internet eh. Pero if within Metro Manila, malaking chance na may LTE spot naman dun.
Yeah.
Then, yun lang, parang focus on your partner.
Yeah.
Parang sa amin, sa perspective ng videographers, regardless of the number of guests or gaano ka-grand yung isang wedding, parang pupunta kami sa wedding na yun, prepared and focused dun sa
couple.
Habang wala pa.
Couple. Thank you for finishing his sentence.
Top one tip dyan, get treehouse story.
Yun pala yun.
Wala ka nang ipaproblemahin. Tapos kami wala talaga kaming...
Yeah. We will comment the Facebook page of Treehouse Story in this link para hindi nyo na po siya hahanapin pa. Para while you're watching this video, finish the video first, no? And then you can click the Treehouse link video and message them. And I'm gonna say they reply so quickly because Patrick replied to me like in a couple of minutes. So, yeah, if you want your story to be told that way, alam mo talagang yung kurot, di ba, nahanap niya. And I don't think it's just because Agu and Claudine are his friends, no? But he was really able to capture the journey, and as well as what happened that day and what made it special. So thank you so much, Agu and Claudine, for coming to our Love Wins live forum. And Patrick, thank you also so much for joining us this morning. I hope that you will have your good lunch because it's going to be lunch. So we'll see you soon, hopefully, maybe in person next time. But thank you. I had such a great time spending my morning with you. Sorry, Patrick, if you want to share pala, how can viewers get in touch with Treehouse Story? Where can they inquire, book, and follow?
Through Facebook, Treehouse Story, then Instagram, Treehouse Story, and our website, treehousestory.com.
All right. So thank you again.
Thank
you, Rona.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So thank you so much for joining us again this morning for the Love Wins live forum. I hope that you got a lot. It's been so great talking to Agu and Claudine and really just hearing from them and knowing that they realized what the essentials were, as they said in the wedding. They realized that they have each other, they have their family, and that's all they wanted as they started their new life together. So please don't forget to join the bridal marketplace on themesandmotives.com. And you can also visit inspirations.ph for more stories and content to help you plan your wedding, to find out what's the latest trends or how you're going to be able to do your pandemic wedding and your beautiful intimate wedding. And next week, we're going to be joined by Feliz and JJ Lucas of Chestnut Studios. And of course, Mr. Gideon Hermosa, I think, is joining us next week. Grabe, I'm so excited to talk to this powerhouse. So again, we're gonna be talking in beautiful intimate weddings and a promise wedding. Ano po ba yung promise wedding, and how can you do it if you want to have one? So thank you again, and see you next week. Bye.